How's it going, Jack Tackers, and welcome back to another video for you guys. Today, I'm going to be ending the Rocky Review-athon series. This is the final Rocky movie we have to go over. Obviously, Creed 2, which came out in the great old year of 2018, which, yeah, I'd say 2018 was a pretty good year for movies. You had Infinity War and Into the Spider-Verse and stuff. And obviously, this movie, which, by the way, absolutely fantastic. And I just can't believe we're here. I mean, we reviewed all the Rocky movies. It's pretty crazy. Creed 3 is coming out in March, and I am absolutely stoked. So, without further ado, let's just get on into the review. As I previously mentioned, yes, love this movie, and I kind of go back and forth on whether or not I like it more than the first Creed. I'll be honest. When I was watching it, I was like, holy crap, this might be better than the first one, but I still say the first Creed's better, but that could change on any day of the week, to be honest. But you have the return of Ivan Drago, and now his son, Victor Drago, and this definitely solidifies Ivan Drago as one of the best villains in, honestly, cinema history. I'll just be honest. I mean, what does he say to Rocky in this movie? He's like, my son will break your boy. Like, what? It's so good. And you kind of take like a goofy character. I mean, he was still intimidating in Rocky 4, but you take this guy from Rocky 4, Ivan Drago, and throw him into a bit more of a grounded, grittier story. And all of a sudden, Ivan Drago has become one of my definitely favorite villains of all time. And his son, Victor Drago, is also very good in this film, but it was just, that's why I think a large part of this movie was so appealing to me, is because you see the return of Ivan Drago, and obviously Ivan killed Adonis's dad, Apollo Creed, and there's just so much history there, and it's pretty intense. The whole movie is pretty intense. But I also have Adonis and Bianca getting married. And I really like the reference to Adrian and Rocky 2 at the zoo. Thought that was pretty sweet. I mentioned that in my Rocky 2 review. I really loved that scene with the tiger. That was just really dope and wholesome. I liked it. But still, I don't think Adonis and Bianca's relationship is nearly as good as Rocky and Adrian's. And I know I shouldn't compare, but yada, 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 I'm going to compare nonetheless. And actually, this entire movie is kind of similar to Rocky 2. Adonis and Bianca moved to LA, and Rocky 2, Rocky and Adrian got a new house, and then obviously we have Bianca getting pregnant, and apparently the baby's deaf or going to have hearing loss, but it made it seem like it was just completely deaf, because obviously Bianca has hearing loss problems, and that's just tragic. I mean, it was awful. It was very sad and just horrible for that to occur. And in this movie, I would say Michael B. Jordan's performance is arguably better than the first Creed. Not that his performance in the first Creed was bad, because obviously I talked about that in my Creed review, that Michael B. Jordan's acting is just phenomenal. But the scene where he's in the hospital bed and he's just like crying, and like you can tell he's in so much pain, both physically and mentally. And it kind of reminded me of that scene in Breaking Bad with Jesse Pinkman when they both had swollen eyes, black eyes. I have to make a Breaking Bad reference, of course, but that scene in the hospital bed where he's just crying at Rocky, and he's kind of pissed off at Rocky, and it's just like, yeah, that's cinema, brother. The cinematography also in this film is fantastic, especially towards the end when we have the fight with Victor and Adonis, the POV kind of getting punched shots. Incredible stuff. I really like that. And the editing is also fairly good. There's one scene where we have Adonis in the swimming pool, and there's voices overlaying the footage, and the voices kind of cut in and out and get muffled when he goes underwater. And I just kind of like that editing. And there's some other good pieces of editing in here as well, but I did want to point that out. The desert training sequence is fantastic. We also see, especially the point where he's running on the street through the desert, kind of did remind me of the first Rocky film, where you have Rocky running and he keeps getting faster and faster and faster. And it's just like, oh yeah, it's motivational. So damn hype. This movie is hype. Just hypes me through the roof. I don't know. My hype levels are through the roof, to be honest. It's just incredible stuff. Oh, wow, 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 wow. And the great final fight at the end. And this movie is so personal, especially with Victor and Adonis. And it's intense as all get out. I really loved the final fight at the end of this movie. It's one of the best fights in the entire Rocky franchise. It is fantastic. And, you know, I also think this is a pretty emotional movie. I almost cried while watching this, I'm not gonna lie. This might be the last time we ever see Rocky, because he's not going to be in Creed 3. Although I heard somewhere that, like, Sylvester Stallone kind of regrets not being in Rocky 3. Or no, he would be in not Rocky 3, sorry, in Creed 3. But obviously he has problems with the producers or something like that. I don't know. And then, I don't know all the drama, but there is drama surrounding Creed 3, which definitely lowers my excitement for it a little bit, but I'm still excited for Creed 3, don't get me wrong. There's other aspects to be excited about. Jonathan Majors is joining the cast. That's exciting. We'll talk about that in my Creed 3 review when I do see that, but, you know, apparently Sylvester Stallone would be in another Creed movie. However, there needs to be a different producer, apparently. Again, I don't know all the specifics, but yeah, this movie, Creed 2, still might be the last time we see Rocky for at least a while. And so it was pretty emotional, that one scene, especially at the end when he goes and meets back up with his son and meets his grandson, which is kind of weird, to be honest. I thought Rocky and his son kind of made up in Rocky Balboa. Like, it seemed like they were kind of all, not like all good, but I don't know. It did kind of not ruin. That's a strong word, but Rocky Balboa, I kind of look back on it. I still love the movie. Rocky Balboa, I still think is actually better than the Creed movies, which is a hot take, I know. But I thought their relationship was kind of, not fixed, but I don't know. I thought it was getting better, but now it just seems like it wasn't getting better, which is kind of even more depressing. But then him and his son hug at the end, Rocky and Rocky Jr. or Robert, whatever. I call him Rocky Jr. And then, you know, again, him meeting his grandson for the first time was very emotional and wholesome, and that scene really got me. And then you also have that scene's kind of intercut with Adonis at his dad's grave, which is also super emotional and just, man, it hurts. But it's beautiful stuff. Absolutely beautiful movie and intense film. And it just gets you pumped the hell up, I gotta say. It's really good. It's a really good movie. Again, I go back and forth on whether or not I like this one more than the first film, but it's definitely one of the best Rocky movies in the franchise for me. Although, granted, I don't hate any of the Rocky films, not even Rocky 5. I like all of them, but there's definitely some more than others that are just, like, really, really good. And who knows, maybe when Creed 3 comes out, I will do an updated Rocky ranking. If you want to see my Rocky ranking now, though, I guess just go to my Letterboxd, because there's already a list made there. But maybe I'll make a video format kind of expanding my thoughts on stuff. But, I mean, now that I've kind of reviewed every single movie, I don't know if there's really a point in doing a ranking anymore. We'll see, though. And then, obviously, I will hopefully do a Creed 3 review when that comes out in March. But I don't know if it'll come out immediately. Like, I don't plan on seeing Creed 3 as soon as it comes out, just because, you know, life gets in the way, so whatever. But maybe expect a Creed 3 review someday. It won't be a part of this Rocky Review-a-thon series, but yeah. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming on this journey with me as I review all the Rocky movies. I appreciate anyone who has watched, and yeah, of course, let me hear your thoughts on the Rocky franchise, and let me hear your thoughts on this movie, and specifically Creed 3, or no, Creed 2. What movie are we talking about, guys? I don't know. But yeah, Creed 2, really enjoyed it, and I want to see if you guys liked it or not, and if you guys like it better than the first Creed, or yada, 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 all that. And yeah, if you guys liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.